Established beneath Mama Dolce's food processing, the Fujiniya intelligence base was part of Operation Trinitite, an attempt to infiltrate and destroy American nuclear silos and factory cities found in West Virginia. To maintain secrecy, strict security protocols were implemented, mandating ID badges on all personnel and zero tolerance for unauthorized or unscheduled access to and from the facility. Every operative was subject to random searches, with contraband warranting capital punishment. Any suspects were detained and interrogated to obtain counterintelligence, then eliminated after a maximum of 12 hours. Initial recon conducted by Chinese operatives revealed that the intelligence was faulty. The party's maps were off a fair bit on the actual location of the sites. The operatives identified them correctly as nuclear silos, but could not locate the rumored massive factories. If anything, these sites were far less advanced than the ones on the West Coast. Further direct surveillance revealed that visitors were infrequent to the point that the operatives started to believe these sites were either mothballed or set up as decoys. They requested clearance to begin making contact with members of the local community to confirm suspicions that the silos were non-functioning. Subsequent evaluation revealed that Operation Trinitite had to be adjusted. Local informants revealed that the rumors were false. Appalachian factory cities were revealed to be the heavily automated Watoga, which did appear rife with useful technology. Station Chief Shi decided to shift its resources over to focus on the exploration of this place for advances that might be able to serve the party's ends. Although the operatives did recover a copy of the nuclear launch code encryption from Sugar Grove, even making headway in decrypting parts of the code, the mechanized army guarding the silos, combined with the limited arsenal at his disposal, forced Shi to mothball the project. Weapons continued to be stockpiled at Fujiniya, with as many as 75 Type 93 rifles, 1,200 units of 5.56 mm ammunition, and 30 officers' swords shipped out in the last months before the war. The facility's mission shifted. Fujiniya was expanded with laboratories, the most important of which was the Stealth R&D Center under Chief Scientist Kwao, established circa 2076. His team focused on developing new cloaking and stealth-based technologies, as well as techniques to support covert field operatives deployed across Appalachia. Major obstacles included the fact that advanced components necessary for their work were limited in supply in the United States, while logistical difficulties made it impossible to secure a functioning stealth armor or the suit schematics due to demand from Anchorage and other various war efforts. Furthermore, they did not have access to the best and brightest minds of the Republic, nor did they have regular reinforcements. The last group of reinforcements were halfway wiped out by security because they did not have the proper credentials. Additionally, the constraints of working in a covert capacity dramatically limited the type of testing that could be done, as well as the hours when testing could occur undetected. Although Kwao requested reassignment, none took place. The other laboratory added to the facility focused on robotics, and it achieved far greater success than Kwao. The researchers focused on revamping the notorious Liberators. The new robot line was provided with an intimidating paint job, propaganda speaker, a high-powered laser at long range, and spinning blades at short distances, and were planned to be able to deploy as a stationary turret. The new design was submitted as a proposal for a vanguard force in a hypothetical invasion of the contiguous United States, with the researchers hoping to secure funding for their next round of covert field testing in the Appalachia region. The request was granted, and the facility was expanded with a factory mass-producing the new and improved drones. Although they had earned a shoddy reputation over the years, the Mk-05 proved to be a success. They were capable of actually hitting their target with built-in lasers, as well as being equipped with a spinning blade that went right for the ankles, and the speakers provided a steady stream of propaganda. In fact, after Fujiniya was expanded, the facility was designed around two giant launch tubes disguised as smokestacks on the exterior. The automated production lines proved to be reliable and effective, producing the new version at a steady pace. The Great War came as a surprise, as the facility staff was not informed of the launches and left to fend for themselves. A nuclear strike 2 kilometers south of Mama Dolce's took the facility's personnel by surprise. Cut off from command, the station chief made an executive decision. ordering all agents to abandon their posts and attempt to blend in with the local population. Xi figured that the party leaders were dead, leaving all operatives functioning independently. While he had little sympathy for defeatists, he did not stop them from abandoning their posts. His orders simply reflected what he believed was the best chance of survival the operatives had, trapped thousands of miles behind enemy lines with no guarantee that they could ever reconnect with the homeland. However, this was not the end of their woes. Enclave operatives under Agent Jefferson Gray discovered the presence of Fujiniya and stormed the facility. The Chinese holdouts were executed after they refused to surrender. After they were disposed of, the Liberator schematics, accumulated stealth research, and communications were transferred to external servers for analysis, with the local servers being wiped clean. This gave the Enclave full control of the facility. Before moving out, Gray left a small detachment behind to try and deny the location to any overly curious locals. The new station chief had his operatives learn how to operate and maintain the food processing capabilities of the factory, in a bid to gain the trust of the local population. Secrecy served the infiltrators, and it allowed the Enclave to learn the capabilities of the facility and see if it was a match for their primary objective. However, the machinery was too far gone to keep running, and constant repairs attracted too much attention. Instead, the Enclave concocted a cover story involving the factory being haunted. The security team had been stealthily killing locals and placing the bodies around the factory, using the resources in the stealth research lab to give a mystical backstory to the deaths. This, in addition to spreading rumors with the local populace, made people too scared to even cross the river in Morgantown. The attempt to harness the facility to the Enclave's ends failed, however. The Liberators proved to be a constant threat, starting when one of them literally jumped on the Enclave site commander while he was in the middle of a bowel movement, and continuing with a pattern of constant attacks from the robots. Coupled with increased interest and attacks topside at the factory, countless machinery failures and rolling power outages, the site commander recommended scrapping the mission entirely.